8.5 months ago, Call of Duty World War II launched globally on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Since then, we've had a lot of different content added into the game. We've had a large variety of different DLC weapons. We've had a number of different events to keep us interested and to keep us with new content all throughout the year. A handful of different game modes introduced since then. A couple of different map packs and DLCs that are full-fledged with new offerings that players can continue to play on as time progresses, and so on and so forth. Since then, we've had a lot of stuff added in, but today I want to take a look at some stuff that even still 8 months and 15 days later, we actually still don't have. Now, that might seem kind of weird to think about, but there are some things that even from before launch we talked about and we saw teased for all of us to be able to play around with it, even still today, we don't have access to. So today I want to take a look at, and sort of in just a whatever happened to that sort of manner, discuss 5 things with you guys that are still missing from Call of Duty World War II to this day. So if there's anything that you guys want to add to this list, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, but just in sort of a trivia type of manner, let's jump right into it. So first thing up on this list is one that I know that some people have actually experienced, but it has not been global and something that is implemented as frequently as it was intended to upon a launch of the game, that being the flak gun event within the headquarters for World War II. Back when the game first launched, it was something that was going to be a new feature launching alongside the brand new headquarters that was going to be a massive innovation to Call of Duty. Now granted, I do believe the headquarters is an awesome addition to Call of Duty, and I'd love to see that go forward in almost every title. Whether or not that will, who knows, but it is something that I would love to see happen within all the future titles. It's just a great social space for the community to kind of just hang out, and whether they're AFK or actually interacting with each other, it's a lot of fun. But the flak gun event was something that was going to reward players for working together for one common goal within the headquarters. Now again, some of you guys may have actually experienced this for yourself, and maybe you do actually experience it on a regular basis, but it was something that was supposed to happen every 30 minutes in the headquarters on the dot. So every, say, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and so on and so forth, it would end up going, and then you could end up shooting down as a unit these bombers that were trying to shoot down what was going to be your resupplies. Now there'd be 2 sections in which you could deal with. You could end up shooting down the enemy aircraft with the anti-air guns in the headquarters. There's a few of them located around the headquarters, and then the rest of the people would have to go and secure the resupply packages from whenever they dropped, very similar to how the hardpoint works in that game mode, where the more people that are on it, the quicker you end up capturing it, and so therefore everybody then gets rewarded for participating. Since then, it's never been global on the scale of every 30 minutes, and you might have experienced it once or twice, or maybe even frequently in some capacity depending on where you are, but people like myself have never actually even experienced it once, which is kind of crazy to think about when it was something at the very beginning that was touted as going to be such an innovative and inclusive feature for the community. So it's just curious to look back and see that we still have not really seen that fully implemented, and it was touched on after all the server issues of launch went by the wayside and things returned back to a normal state, but since then we've never really seen it implemented in full capacity. So to me, that's the biggest and most curious one that I'm really wondering whatever happened to it, but that's going to kick us off here at this one. The second one I want to talk about deals with other divisions, because we've seen in the game files multiple divisions that were either initially started, some like we saw the Commando division shaped into different basic trainings, then we also saw one such as the Grenadier division, which was seemingly scrapped due to the division overhaul, and so we had a handful of different things. We saw the Resistance come out, then we ended up seeing the Cavalry division come out, but still in the game files there are 2 additional divisions that could be worked on and may very well actually still be getting some sort of attention and development throughout the next couple of months to round us into the end of the first year of the World War II life cycle. Those being the Scout and the Artillery division. Now, as it stands right now, those are more than likely, if they are to be worked on, more so code names than anything else. The only one that really stuck out of the 5 that were listed from game files that were data mined from ages ago is the Resistance division. We ended up seeing that of that data mined game files, we saw Resistance, Grenadier, Commando, Scout, and Artillery, to which we know once again Grenadier was probably scrapped and completely taken by the wayside. Commando had some things that evolved into being what was the Specialist basic training, to which we can end up seeing that that really wasn't what was going to happen with a division, but these next 2 pretty much may follow the same route, where they may be code names or something of a facade leading to what will be another division and something that may tie in with that. Regardless, these were listed from ages ago and way earlier on in the life cycle of the game, but have never really really been touched in any other scenario. So it's something that has been there from the very beginning, but we haven't seen anything really come about of it. So we'll see maybe if that does happen, and if there's anything that would happen out of the rest of these, I think it may more so be these rather than anything else, simply because it's progression throughout that content cycle. So we'll see, but that was one that, again, was quite curious to me. Coming in after this one is one we're supposed to be getting some information and clarity on very soon, what Sledgehammer stated as the next title update for Call of Duty World War II. Whether that be in about a week's time or shortly thereafter, we don't know actually, but as it stands right now, we're still missing something that a lot of players have been waiting for quite some time, even before it was ever officially even brought about. One of the earliest things being directly mentioning Master Prestige rewards back in the middle of April by Sledgehammer, but Master Prestige rewards, we've yet to see really anything rewarding those players that have grinded out 10 prestiges with 55 levels each way, and then continue to go on and play the game each time. For those of you guys that don't know exactly why some people may necessarily be in favor of these rewards, it's because once you hit Master Prestige, you don't really have all that much incentivizing you to go on. I mean, whenever you Prestige, you end up getting a bunch of different things. You get calling cards, you get a new helmet. Those are very small, yes. One big thing though that even to me, somebody that likes to save up so they can get everything organically, supply drops are a big thing that you don't get anymore once you hit Master Prestige. Then, of course, I don't know if it still is like this, but I know that whenever you did get to Master Prestige a while ago, all your unlock tokens were still saved up, and so therefore a lot of that just kept growing every rank you ended, even though you ended up having everything unlocked, and so therefore you didn't get all that much that you wanted, and then also the grind, some people didn't see it necessarily as worth it in the long run. So Master Prestige rewards were something that were brought up by the community as well as addressed by Sledgehammer as something that'd be coming. Currently, we ended up seeing that we ended up getting a 100 armory credit increase to the payroll, which honestly does actually over time help out a lot, but still in the grand scheme of things, it's not exactly what would keep me coming back to play every single day if I didn't enjoy the game as much as I do. For other people, it's rightfully so not enough of a reason to stick around and play the game after Master Prestige, so it's something that we've been told would be coming soon for a couple of months now, and we still have really no information on it. So for that, I'm very curious to see what the upcoming weeks will hold in terms of Master Prestige rewards, but still, over halfway into the life cycle of World War II, we haven't really seen anything added in for that. So what it will entail, I guess we'll see, but that's another one here on the list. The fourth one that I want to talk about here today is one that you guys have actually addressed to me on a couple of different occasions, and one was actually something that was available at one point but no longer is. Now, this deals with the emblems in particular. If you guys remember back to the launch of World War II, that and the paint jobs as well as some of the other things were all labeled as coming soon. The emblems ended up coming before things like the paint job, but it was added in and you could craft your own emblems and upload them and share them with the community of Call of Duty World War II. And then at one point you could even download other people's emblems to the point where you could end up using some masterpiece that somebody else created and therefore sharing that a little bit further. There's some really cool emblems that were shared at that point, but also some really inappropriate ones probably, but nonetheless we ended up having the option as a community to share and create emblems together. However, if you were to go into the emblems currently, you're actually not able to download any emblems from anybody in the community. You're able to view them and like them, and so therefore promote them a little bit further in the leaderboards and hopefully maybe one day even get them onto the top page. But other than that, it's really just a museum, a gallery, a viewing party of different emblems. You can't actually download them and use them for yourselves anymore, which is unfortunate and might actually come down to some different legal issues, but that's something that we don't have any idea of. That was actually one of the reasons why you couldn't do stuff like that with paint jobs back in Black Ops 3 and all sorts of things like that. There's just a lot of different legal hurdles for sharing stuff like that, but in terms of all user created and generated things within World War II, I don't know if that would be the reasoning. So your guess is as good as mine, but it was something that was available and then since taken out, and we've not seen it since. So kind of strange, but it is what it is, and is going to lead us into the fifth and final thing I want to talk about of things that are still missing within World War II. That being a handful of new DLC weapons that are presumably going to be coming out in the upcoming events on the horizon. My guess is we have 2, maybe 3 more events left within World War II's first initial lifespan. Whether or not they support it a little bit further after Black Ops 4 launches, that is beyond me. I have no idea, and your guess is as good as mine. I would assume maybe, because we've seen that happen with the last couple of years of Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. Advanced Warfare even went into the life cycle of Black Ops 3, but other than that, we have really no guess other than maybe. But other than that, we do still have, from data unmined game files, things that have yet to be seen after all this time, such things being the KGM-21, which is an LMG, the Austin, which is an SMG, the Boychkovichka, which is an SMG, the Bekowishi SMG, the EMP-44 SMG, the Mosin-Nagant sniper rifle, the Carcino rifle, the Ruby Rolls SMG, and the Châtelet-Leroux LMG. Now, how we've seen all these DLC weapons dispersed in Call of Duty World War II is again through events, so my guess is that these will be broken up into maybe 3 to 4 each event. That list is a solid 9 weapons deep, so it's very possible that throwing in different melee weapons, we do see 3 of those given out and maybe 1 melee weapon each for a total of 3 to 4 each event, or maybe if we end up only seeing 2, of course, then maybe 4 and 5 in whatever order that decides to end up being. But that is something that we still have had these weapons in the game files for ages, and we've not seen anything come of them just yet, so those again are pretty much going to be guaranteed to come, but at what time we don't exactly know. But that is 5 things here in Call of Duty World War II that really we've yet to see after all this time. Again, 8.5 months is quite some time. Some obviously bigger things than others, but regardless, none of these have surfaced just yet, so only time will tell if they ever do, or if they've been lost to the sands of time and have been essentially retired from Call of Duty World War II. Regardless though, definitely curious to me, and some things that are just fun to take a look at, I think, more than anything else. So that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Did you know about any of these? Did you know about all of them? Did you guys want to know more about some of the other ones, like whatever happened to the flak gun event? Whatever it may be, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding Call of Duty World War II content, updates, news, information, lost content like this. We got you covered here up on the channel, so if any of that interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. And if you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Instagram as well, that link is also down there in the description below if you guys want to check that out and toss a follow over there. But all that said and out of the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you all so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.